Como una pizza.
Oh! Ready? I got you. Welcome back. Welcome back to Drill Team TV. Today is our first episode of Drill Team Talk, where we just sit around and we talk about things that's going on within the drill team. I want to start off with myself. I'm Najee. I'm the director of Mass Confusion Drill Team. This is
Tracy. I'm just currently a spectator.
Kyle, spectator.
Ronnie, I'm the general of Iconic.
Boo, coach on Mass Confusion.
okay. So we are all here today as friends, just like so everyone can know that no matter what team that you're on, no matter where you're from in the area, that you can always find people in this activity that could be lifelong friends. What do you feel about friendship, like in drill team?
I think people should start taking friendships more than just drill team, because it seems like any team that you go to, that's your friends at that moment. And then the next team you go to, that's your friends, and then you might be feuding with that team because your team don't like that team. I don't think that it should be like that.
Right.
If that's your friend from day one, that should be your friend all the way to the end. Or that's just your fate. So I think, it's all about loyalty.
Yeah.
If you're going to be loyal to that person at that time, be loyal to them all the way through. Because y'all been my friends for how many years I know y'all, and no matter what team I go to, I still look at y'all as friends, and I'm quite sure y'all look at me as friends.
So we're going to break into that topic, the friendship topic. Tracy, how do you feel about it?
The same way Kyle do. I mean, like he said, if you have to go to a different drill team and your friendship break up, it wasn't really sincere to begin with. Like, I had Kyle, me and Kyle been friends for, I don't even know how many years, I just lost track, but
It's about 12.
he's more than just a friend. Like, he really is like a brother to me, and I would do anything for him. And like Najee, sometimes you gotta give people a chance, because when I first met him, oh my God, everybody knows. I don't hate nobody, but I hated Najee. I did not like him at all. But now, I mean, we still have our bumps in the road, and I still don't like him sometimes.
This my baby.
But he alright.
Okay, Sharon?
I'm gonna just say that I think friendship and drill team is two totally different things. I think that, some people get it like, misconstrued a little bit as far as, just because you're on the same drill team as somebody, you gotta be their friend, or, just because y'all were on a prior drill team together, y'all should still be friends. Or, people get some things mixed up versus business and, personal things. But I do think that friendship plays a big part in drill team, because it brings the fun to it. Like, when you got friends, you there with your friends, you having fun, like, you learning steps, you're progressing together. Like, it's just a fun experience, when you have friends. But, like, people also have to remember that everywhere you go, you're not going to make friends. Every friend that you make isn't there to stick with you for the rest of your life. That's how you figure out who your real friends are. And, I think that, it took for me to be on a drill team with all of these people, and for us all to split up to realize, how deep our friendship really went, because, even though we are in different areas and different places, our friendship still remains the same. Like, we still come back and chill and have fun, and it's like
Just
we
like
was at practice yesterday together. So, I think friendship is a big part. I think, like, at the end of the day, it all goes down to loyalty, And I do also think that, maybe some people, because I think some people may take the loyalty as far as they're loyal to the squad, like, and they feel like, we loyal to the squad to the end, and then when people, just up and leave, it's like, that drill team is a part of them. So it's like, it do kind of hurt like a backlash, like you know this is our loyalty, this is what we loyal to, and you went elsewhere, and we supposed to be here to the end. So I do think that played a big part in people switching from drill team to drill team. I mean, I think there's ways to fix that, but friendship is loyalty. So.
Bill, how do you feel about it?
It's hard to say because y'all all done spoke on what friendship is, but I just feel that when you on a drill team with somebody and you've been there with them for a long time, to me it's no way y'all shouldn't be friends because y'all spend more time together than y'all would with y'all real family.
Right.
Basically, that's your other family away from home. Some of them, with me being older than most people on my team, they were like my kids in a sense.
Right.
So I treated them differently. But I just think it just needs to be a little bit more love and unity on the team instead of everybody always against each other. And like you said about, because we don't need no cliques on drill team. It's supposed to be like friends. Everybody should be together. If we can't talk it out and work it out, then I don't think that it should be, what it is. But I just think it's more of everybody just needing to be together in this drill team world.
Has anybody ever lost any friends from within drill team? I know I have.
I wouldn't say that I lost a friend, but I have had a lot of friends that was like family or that was like really, really close to me that the friendship kind of like faded for a while, and it's like it's not the same. But
Yeah, sometimes you can lose friends.
But in general, I still would bend over backwards for that person.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't per se say that I lost a friend in drill team,
Just
or friends in drill team.
Like,
but I mean, I think that I think it has been times where with my friends it became distant, and I think it gets like that, when, especially when you're in different areas, like and you guys, it's like even if you're not on drill team and you friends, you grow up and you do different things. Like he played basketball, I played football. She played soccer, she cheer.
Right.
He hockey. I don't know if Tracy cheer, but but you just grow. You grow out, pick a tree. Like you start at the roots together, and you grow out, and you grow further. And I mean, at the end of the day, you all still have some type of relation because y'all all stem from the same thing.
It should be like that, but sometimes on drill team, you can, sometimes friendships fade in leadership positions when one person get promoted.
Yeah, and that's where that jealousy comes in.
That comes down to jealousy.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you can sometimes your friendship can be like on a line with that. Not saying you put it there, but it wasn't your fault that you got promoted, got put up. And they take it out on you.
That's a big thing. Like, I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's a big thing to like. I think that's like as sometimes people overstep their boundaries, or not overstep their boundaries. Some people just don't know.
Take it to the head.
They take it to the head a little bit. They don't understand that practice is practice, or business is business, and personal is personal.
Then you're not gonna get treated different because we friends.
Right. When you walk through the door, like if that person is your leader and you all are supposed to.
That's how you should look at the person as a leader.
Look at them as a leader. Like that's how you should look at them when you walk through
those doors.
From 6 to 8, 6 to 9,
whatever time
your practice is, like that's your leader.
From 9 on to whatever time we meet again.
We friends.
Yes.
Like it shouldn't be taking that. It shouldn't be taking that person, but unfortunately, it's all it happens.
Right.
So.
You just said something about business. Do you feel drill team is just an activity, or do you feel drill team is a business as well?
I think it's both.
It's both.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have fun in an activity, but you need to have something.
It still needs to be organized.
You gotta have a goal to accomplish.
Yeah. It needs
at the end of the day.
It's an organization.
Right.
Yeah.
And versus, I think it's an organization, like, but now, I wouldn't say that about all. I do believe every drill team is an organization, but I don't believe every squad is a drill team.
Okay. Please elaborate.
Yeah.
I think that, there's certain drill teams who, when you think of drill team, you think about, like, Army, like, precision, like, what is it called? Chain of command and things of that sort. Like, you think of stuff like that. So when you think of drill team and discipline and things like that, certain drill teams aren't
Lack.
built they even
Right.
lack or they aren't built off drill teams. Certain drill teams aren't, put together or, made to take the youth off the street
Mhm.
and, teach them, the core values and stuff as far as discipline and wisdom and, all that type of stuff. Like, it's not,
Right.
every drill team doesn't run off there. Some drill teams just run off of being competitive. Some drill teams just run off, they just like to get together and just have fun. Some drill teams really do,
Teach the kids,
instill what they learned from years and years and years ago
Yeah.
in today's drill team. Like some drill teams do that. But I think that what separates them is if you don't have that structure of of being disciplined and just precise and just not precise but disciplined. Discipline is the number one thing.
Right.
Discipline is key. So if you don't have that, then I feel like that's what takes you from off being a drill team. That's what takes you to just being a squad or a team.
Mhm.
So because we have drill teams in here that I believe you can tell from their
presence.
their presence or what they give us, like their project that basically like they're not built from drill team. They're not built from discipline and the ups and downs and the attention and the eddies and the box steps and all that stuff. Like they're not built from that kind of stuff.
How do you guys feel about it?
I mean, I feel the same way, but like some teams, they don't have that type of. They probably was never taught that discipline to actually teach it to the youth now. Like some teams are just traditional on like how they was taught. So
yeah, sometimes
it's like
it all goes
weird.
back to your roots and where you
Yeah.
came from.
Right.
So if you don't know it from the beginning, then you only producing like
What
you know what you know
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and what you
Right.
learn.
Okay, so where is drill team now to you guys?
shady.
Drill team has definitely evolved. It's
The whole drill team world,
No,
not the whole thing, but it's just a lot of shade. And I think it's Facebook. Before, it wasn't nothing about no Facebook or anything back in the day. And I think it's just shady now because everybody get on Facebook because they can hide behind a computer.
Play the move.
But I think it's shady.
I think it's just that it's evolving. Like it's evolving. Like I think that it's. Like if you ever,
Sorry for that.
I just think that it's like it's at an evolving stage. Like like it's never going to stop growing. It's never going to stop falling. It's never going to stop picking back up. Like it's like success is never straight. Like you're not never going to get to the best that it can be by just going straight down the road. Like you're going to go through obstacles that's going to bring you down. You're going to go through times where the organization or it's not at the best state. So like you're going to go through things like that. And I think that that's just like the obstacles that to basically like make us stronger within drill team. I believe that the shade. I mean, I believe that it's always been there. Even back in the day.
it just might be more
But
public.
it's more social media. So it seems that way. And I also think that it's not shade within drill team. I believe that it's shade within personal situations.
Exactly.
But because people are in different drill teams, it's like, oh, he's on the blue mitts and she's on the red hornets.
That person name
So now-
She
They direct the whole team. And that's,
it is not that it's a personal situation
Stop.
that they just so happen to be on two different drill teams. And sometimes it's things that's within the drill team. Like they're on the same exact drill team in this personal situations. So how do you define that? Is that drill team beef? Like
Right.
it's not. It's personal situations that
Being
people
brought
go
into
through.
it.
yeah, and
But
people
I
got
feel
remember
like
there's kids involved in this.
directors of drill teams with it's a lot of younger directors that's out now.
Yeah.
And back in the day, there were a lot of older directors. Yeah, they might have had their personal issues amongst themselves, but they kept it
handled
behind.
They handled it
The
differently.
kids wasn't involved in it.
Right.
They handled it amongst themselves. Even though you might have seen some type of little attention, but you didn't know exactly what was going on.
I've never seen that.
Where was
I've
calls
never-
from?
Now it's like
Yeah.
so many young directors, and I don't know how everybody run their team, so I won't talk about that. But it's just that I feel like if you do anything in that area, if you have any problems with other people, the kids shouldn't know what's going on.
Exactly.
Like your team shouldn't know what you and another director is going through. And,
Right.
and Facebook shouldn't be the place where everybody pours their business into, because that's all I gotta do is get on Facebook and see that you beefing with that person.
Yeah.
And, you
half
know,
of the time you don't even have to know.
But I
what's
think,
going on.
yeah,
but I
See
think,
it.
but I think that plays the big part, that everybody's looking at people's Facebook
Yeah.
accounts and assuming, or it's, you got, like, everybody makes it drill
More,
team beef, because
yeah.
it's like you see it. And you see her from one drill team saying something, you see her and it's a sub to her status.
Yeah.
And then you like, oh, they talking about each other.
Yeah.
I have
And you guys make it
750 friend requests waiting. Some drill team people and some regular people. If you are not one of my friends, it's no need for you to just be able to sit around and look on my Facebook. That's how I alleviate problems like that.
Exactly.
Because, you know, I might have a day where I might want to say something, and just because somebody is thinking, oh, he's talking about me and my drill team or my team is a problem. No, I could be having that type of day and I just need to vent.
Right.
So, you know, to avoid all of that, I get them right out of here, or they don't
I
even
think
get
a lot of
there.
people should do that.
Yeah.
If you got problems with somebody, if it's an issue, why don't you just delete them off your page?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a problem with someone, but I believe that, you know, you can't. I believe it's hard for people to say, you know, let's be united, let's unite. You know, when you separating yourselves, like, from, oh, I'm not going to be her friend because we're not really friends, but then you at the same time you're asking for unity. Like, you can't. It's not going to come out that way. You know,
Yeah.
basically, like, it should. It all boils down to people should just. If it's not directed, it ain't respected. Like, or if it ain't at you, you shouldn't go
Exactly.
off about it, because at the end of the day, that status could be about any and everything.
Exactly.
And you making a big deal about it, and then it turns into some drill team beef, because then you ran back and talked about something, they talking about something different going on in their life. Like, that's where they go to. I just think social media is just taking
Too seriously,
Exactly.
too far.
in the drill team world. Like,
Yes.
You know what? In the world today, period,
Yeah,
it's taking
yeah,
too far.
yeah.
But you know,
true.
us being a small community of people trying to evolve even more, it's taking too far and it's taking too seriously. Like, okay, you have Bring It, you have this new little Double Dutch show on
That's
TV
about-
now.
yeah.
You have other shows about the youth. These people are not portraying that. These people are not showing that on their show. Not saying that they don't go through that, but they're keeping that under wraps, like totally under wraps. Yeah, Miss D might go off and curse some coaches out on TV or on camera, but it's
Like
like
she
it's
do
not
it as coach to
coach, right?
It's not her
coach,
whole team coming after this one person.
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be like that. If there's something that's going on with your team and that team, the director should come together as one and try to fix the problem before it gets
That
bigger
would
than
be
what
a
it
way
is.
better
Because that's how fights
situation.
and competitions
And I feel
start
like-
at parties.
And then you
you
got
can't
some
go
drill teams
here.
that have too many
it's
kids,
too much.
Right.
Like,
And
got a lot of
too
kids
much, and I feel like, you know, that's one of the main issues of holding us back. Even it's not even,
We would
you
never
know,
be
like
mainstream.
we can't be that, and it's us and it's him telling us, regardless of what you believe in, but it's him not letting us go nowhere because we're being stuck in the same place of this hatred amongst each other.
But you gotta also realize that you can't force people to change. People gotta
That
want
too.
to change within themselves. So
Cause it makes me so mad that I see all of this stuff on TV, and we could be up here. We've been out doing this for so eons, and we have not been mainstream or anything yet. Like it really hurts my heart, and it saddens me. Like for real.
Because this could be a real good entertainment for TV.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think it
nice
could be good
point.
for us as in the drill team.
I believe to a certain extent, like,
Money.
to a certain extent, like, maybe, like, it might sound like a little straight, but like maybe sometimes it's just mind their business, like, you know, like,
it's not your business.
like, your drill team is your drill team. Like, you know, you represent who you represent. You in your mind think your drill team is number one, whether they're the hottest on the floor, whether they're the hottest in material, whether they're the hottest in
Hallelujah.
everything. You think your drill team is the hottest, so just know who you are, own who you are, and
I've seen it
and
done.
forget what people say. Like, you
When
know,
you
like,
focus on your team, things get accomplished. I've seen it done.
it's no reason to it's no reason to sit and
God.
critique and pick and nitpick at another drill team. Like, you know, that's where you lose yourself. That's where you wind up losing yourself. Like, you know, just be yourself, produce what you produce, you know, come up with what you come up with, and just be yourself and know that you are who you are. Know that you are the purple diamonds. Know that you are the gem life. You know, like just know you are and stay true to yourself, and like it's no way that you can't progress. It's no way that you don't go in trying to compete with another team. Like go in competing with yourself from last time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you'll never cross paths, because I think, like I said again, like earlier, with the friendship thing, I think that a lot of people really want to be friends so bad with other people who aren't your friends, like outside of the drill team.
Yeah.
So you guys believe that y'all have a common thing, but that's like you work at a job with 500 people, and you might not know half of them, but this is business. Like we here for one reason and one reason only. Y'all, you may not like the manager, but that's your manager. You may not like the supervisor, that's your supervisor. Y'all come together for what y'all come together for, and then when you leave, and it's nothing to,
Right. Drill team politics. Did you have to?
Boo, you want to start it off?
Drill team politics. It's a lot.
You gotta define it for me.
Okay. Because, I'm stuck a little bit. But it's like the politics of drill team. Like, you have a fundraiser, and going back onto it again, because I'm your friend, I'm going to support your fundraiser, but you have a fundraiser, and you the friend, and you're the one that's preaching unity, but you're not gonna go to his fundraiser because you don't fool with him. Like, why? Like, we all need to support each other to get each other, up. And
to me, that just goes back to bringing personal into the business. Like if we organizations and you having a fundraiser, we all participate in the same small community. Support each other, not because I don't like them or
Big ups to the iGirls fish fry last night. We had a ball.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it was so sick. It was so dope. Like we really had a ball. The food was good. The drinks was good.
Yeah, don't make things on point.
And I like that it was a lot of different teams there.
Yeah,
too.
support each other. That was one step up. Yeah, that was one step up. Now, if you are watching this, Mass Confusion, we'll be having a bowling party April 24th at VNS Lanes, 7235 Elmwood Avenue, Philadelphia, PA. Okay.
That was a plug.
Can I touch on that? With the politics thing, I mean, I'm not sure where you're going with the politics thing, but as far as what you said, as supporting other drill teams, I just think that, like, it kind of fall back on, like, it is what it is. Like, we want unity, but
you can't force it.
Like, it's something that it has to happen. People are going to support who they want to support, and I know that we all are in the same boat, but we all are in the same boat. Right. So it's like, if you and then like I said, it's some drill team that's built off of competition. Mm-hmm. I'm not coming to your fish fry, and I'm not coming to your bowling party because my team. That's me putting money in your pocket, so y'all can get your uniform. It's better than, that's just how some people think, but that's how you have to go into this competition thing, and in this world looking like you gotta go in like people aren't gonna like support you. They aren't going to like you. They aren't going to understand you at the time. Like so it's just like at the end of the day, your best support is yourself, is your and whoever you have around you, and like I said, your friends. Who are your friends? Because of course you're going to support your friends' fundraiser.
I mean, because for real, like I called Tracy like with my drill team business, and she ain't even on my drill team, and because this is my friend, and I know
calling you about
she ain't gonna know. I called Tracy, and I'll be asking Tracy, but also this is my best friend as well too. Like this is my best friend, like so I call her and I talk to her, about different stuff because I know like she's not gonna run her mouth. Like even if we do get into a little dispute or something, and we start speaking for a couple of days, she's not gonna go back and be like, oh well, Sharon, Najee and them doing this, knowing you on Iconic. Like, she's not going to do that. Or versus even somebody else on another drill team. She's not going to do that. So, I talked to her. And that's like,
I think everybody talks to Tracy. Everybody go to Tracy.
That's
She's
what
the
I mean.
mama.
I think you find those type of friends as you go through drill team. Like, at the end of the people sometimes come in and it's just like fresh off the back, like, oh yeah, we doing this and we doing this. And it's like, okay, we didn't even build no type of words with this person. Then you upset because they went and told them, yo was doing
left your team,
furry dogs.
went to another
But you
team.
shouldn't have told them because who
Yeah.
was that person to you? Like,
Exactly.
you learn who your friends is and who you trust and who you want to tell certain things to.
And who you could work with.
Yeah, who you can work with.
Because every
Like,
team ain't for
I
everybody.
can't work with Najee because
We can't.
he gets on my nerves. Like,
I love him down.
So I'm saying, but like,
I'm like
It's like every team is not for everybody. You gotta know what you doing. Like you gotta know what you setting yourself up for. You gotta know what you setting yourself up for when you go in your team. Like when you go into a team, like you said, some teams are based off of discipline. If you want your child or even yourself to be involved, in something disciplined, that's the team that you put them on. If you want your child just to, learn something competitive, okay, then you put them over there. Like that's you gotta really get into what you're getting involved in. Yeah, do your research to what you're getting involved in because everything is not for everybody. Every team is not for everybody.
Sure ain't. Cause
Yeah.
ooh.
Everybody gotta work their start from the bottom and get to the top.
Where are all you guys at today? I know you see it as far as you're an iconic and like as drill team, but even like within your personal, like where are you guys today? What have you guys like done with drill team that helps you guys excel?
I think with me, it helped me become more outspoken. More. See, I was like an underdog in drill team, and that's perfectly fine with me. I like to be the person to be looked at. Tracy can't do that, but then at the end of the day, Tracy did that.
Right.
But in my real life, okay. I think it helped me to become like a really stronger person, like as far as being like a leader and a assistant director. I think it really.
Amen. Assistant director. Do you hear her? Kyle?
Drill team. I mean, it helped me be. I can say more outspoken because I think when I was in school, I was always like the one because that's me. But when I get around certain teams that I've been on, I will be more in the bag. So, like, being on certain teams that tested my knowledge and everything that I've been through, it made me more, like, stronger and more outspoken. And now, put me on anywhere. I'm the bag.
Okay.
The one.
I think drill team has like instilled like a high level of discipline in me.
Your life.
Yeah, in my life. And even just like growing up, I'm seeing like a lot of different things like in me that like I was taught from like not just my parents, but from my drill team coaches.
Drill team directors.
Yeah, drill team directors. Yeah, that you do look at as parents. Like at certain drill teams with your coach, you do talk back. I was a part of a drill team with your stepmaster, your coach, your director, whatever you want to call them. You're not talking back. So that's like a bite of tongue, like especially in the generation where you're 16 and you're 17 and you're on the drill team and your coach says something to you that you don't like. You can't say who you talking to or get out my face or I'm not doing that because you have to. That wasn't accepted back then. And that's one thing I really don't accept. Like I don't let people talk back. Like you go talk back, there's a door. And you can go home because that's how I was not treated, but that's how the discipline level got instilled in me. It was, you don't have to be here. We're not forcing you to be here, so you can go. Like, you want to talk back? You can go. If I talk back to my mom, I ate my teeth. It was a difference. So, I ate my teeth. These veneers, you ain't know? But yeah, like,
He said he ate his cheese. I'm like, it's
No, my teeth.
I think drill team. Oh God.
child, it changed you, baby. Ooh.
I don't think drill team changed.
We need to take a moment of silence. Everybody.
Sharon. And you know what
Ooh,
drill
when
team
I
has
first
done for
met
you.
Saved my life.
Okay.
All of this.
Hammers and
But the drill team, it polished me for like honestly, I can say like the real world. Like, you know, I just learned that I learned how to be more, you know, like everybody say, I think more outspoken, more strong, more like, you know, more standing behind my word and like, you know, making it hard for people to change it. Like, I think that
Move, Layla.
She said, "Fuck you."
I really think that it polished me for like a lot of things because like everything that I've learned in drill team, like I can for sure apply it to other places in life. Like, you know, as far as school, like, you know, learning a routine gets hard, you know, but going to school, doing homework, it gets hard, and you know.
And you learn to stick it out. So.
You gotta stick it out because at the end of the day, you have a very great outcome. You have, you know, whether the next drill team or the spectator, the judge, you know, think that you're the best. Like at the end of the day, like I said, own your team, own your squad, own your name, like rep your set. Like also we having a skate party usually.
Plug in. There's another plug in.
April
26.
Child, I wish I had something coming up.
May.
My birthday, July.
I'm gonna keep you up posted on the skate party though. Rep your set.
You supposed to, when you get your package, you're supposed to know all the information.
Listen,
Ooh.
I'm being smart. I can't tell you why.
Oh, okay.
But you know, basically like just rep your set, like you know. Like it basically taught me to stay true to what I do and never give up on nothing. Like, you know, I can honestly say like like 5 years ago I said this is my last day of drill team. This is my last time performing. I'm done with drill team at the end of this year. But it still keep me here and it keep me working hard in every area in life. Like I push through everything because drill team has instilled that in me that like no matter how high you are, you can go higher and like.
Oh my God, you gonna make me cry.
Stop.
You know she emotional.
Stop saying.
Sharon really became like the man, like
The one.
Oh, well, you know they say what's up. So.
What they say, Tracy?
He know what
are you spilling something?
He know what I'm saying.
I don't.
Me neither.
Oh, she can say it.
I know what you're saying.
I didn't.
No, it's fine.
It's a
Boo.
Can you do the eyes?
I just think drill team just helped me, the same as y'all, to be a little bit outspoken because
Look, you was already. It was
no, I
You
wasn't.
met him.
Probably
Okay.
at the time you met me, but before all of this, I was always a quiet person. You know, I was never the person who wanted to be in the front and didn't want to be the leader. But I was pushed there by my old directors to be a leader when people left, so I had to step up and do it.
Right, sometimes you need that push.
Yeah, but at the time I
It
wasn't
takes the right
ready.
director to do it. To
Yeah.
actually choose. Oh, that one I'm gonna push him.
But I was on one team and I went
Yes.
to another because I wasn't ready to take on a leadership position. But once I got my confidence up being with that team, then I ended up going back
Yes.
to be their drum major or whatever they wanted me to be at the time. And
Yes.
still having my own down the road. So, you know, I feel like drill team kind of saved me or helped me because, like, you know, I was a kid who didn't really fit in a lot of other sports what everybody was doing. You know, and I finally found something that I was actually good in. Even though I'm older, it took me to get older to really get into something I love. It's like I ain't trying to let it go now. I'm trying to hold on as long as I can.
As long as you can.
I
And
think
it's
I
still
found
with,
something.
it's still with your directors towards you. Like,
Exactly,
Right.
because those old directors that I've had, you know, we weren't allowed to do, like you said,
Exactly.
the talking back, the disrespect, we wasn't allowed to have that. So,
You had
So I have a question for you.
Ooh.
As you all know, we all were under the direction of
Boo.
Boo.
Give it up. Dark
So I want to know, like, you know, how do you feel about, you know, like where everyone is right now? Like, you know.
Well, right now he's with me.
But you know, how do you feel like how do you feel? You know, to see basically like these are your products. Like, you know, whether we was built from other drill teams, we came from other places, like you somehow, you know, help groom us like to like where we are now, because like, you know, we grew from there.
Yeah.
We grow each day, but
yes.
we grew from there. We grew from when we first stepped foot in dramatic impacts practice.
Because this is just, you know, not just your style, but this is your style of drilling. And from where I came from, you know, I came from a more precise style of drilling. So, you know, when I did come over to dramatic, it actually opened my choreography skills up, you know, to something different, not just being precise in my movements. I can, you know, do some other stuff with my arms and, you know, with my legs and, you know, different stuff like that. So, like, yeah, like he said, like, you opened me up to, like, something different, like, with the style of dramatic. Like, thank you.
Well, to see all of y'all, to see where y'all went to, I'm gonna say that I really love everybody, you know, but Sharon, I think you are the one that just went.
That took it.
That took
it.
Because, you know, I started in fancy, and that's how I met Sharon. That's how we all started out.
That's where I started.
I about to say, so you was.
Yeah, I was okay. Like, listen, like.
Okay, wait. So let's go. Before this, let's introduce our first drill teams.
Ooh.
Let's do that, and then we can go back to that topic, so we can understand, you know, where everybody came from and everything like that. I started off with Carmelites. That was my first ever drill team. I stayed on there from the time I was 9 to the time I was 15. I said first drill teams, but after I left Carmelites, I went to the Youth of East Logan.
Are we going down the list?
Oh, we doing timeline?
No, come on, we ain't doing no timeline, no.
Okay.
Because y'all know I could be talking for hours.
It's okay. After the Youth of East Logan, you know.
How about highlights?
Come on now, we ain't going in the timeline.
We doing highlights.
But
Highlights
that's how you know I started. That's how I got Mass Confusion. That's how I started. After the Youth of East Logan, you know, I was a part of Iconic. I never got to hit the floor, but you know, I was a part of Iconic. After that, Dramatic Impact was where I laid my head, and I started Mass Confusion after Dramatic Impact.
And you?
And I was a coach of Command Performance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mention that.
Treasures. Get loose.
Now let me what it do. When I first started out, with my church drills, and it was called the First Currency in Pine Street Steppers. I'm sure everybody know that church is across the street from Malcolm X Park on 51st and Pine.
Yeah.
Then I made my way over to Elegant Cavaliers. Is where I first started, you know, like seeing how drill teams operate in the AMA and all that. Then from there, I went on to KSP, the King Session Souls from Another Nation. And that's where, you know, things for me really took it off the ground. I never remember. I mean, I always remember because I was just always that little timid girl in the back who was so quiet and was marching like a board. But Miss Sam and Miss Gloria, they gave me a chance because they promoted me as a captain. And like, you know, when you become a captain, you got to take on certain responsibilities.
She was a captain.
Yeah, a strike against you. You was a big girl, so you had to do extra.
And I was a what?
A big girl.
A big girl. Shout out to all the big girls.
Yes.
And from there,
She going to say I was a what? Like she was about to beat you up.
You at the door.
from King Sesson, I went to the Youth Logan for a year, and that's where I really experienced that real tough discipline at. So, you know, that's where things really started taking off. After that, I went to, I was a staff.
She's so happy about every drill team. She is so happy.
But this timeline, it's been about
10 minutes.
12 minutes. Maybe you should have stayed where you was at in the beginning.
Where you end up at? Here we go.
Where did I end up at?
Yeah, your last drill team.
Well, the last drill team that I was in, I performed last year with Royal Legacy.
Okay.
In the semifinals.
Who?
Royal Legacy.
Oh, you said it kind of low.
Royal Legacy.
Okay. I was just saying.
I performed last year in semifinals.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Y'all
Dramatic
earned it.
Impact. That's my roots.
I think that's everybody. How that shit roots used to.
Did you?
See, here we go.
The Pine Steppers.
The Pine Steppers.
Well, everybody already know I started out on Yapoja as a drummer, junior drummer,
Did you?
co-captain.
That's my
Yes.
I never knew that.
And then my first drill team that I drilled on was King Sets and Souls from Another Nation. I was actually under Tracy. And
Yes, he was.
after King Sesson, I went to Iconic. Never performed. Just, been trained by Darius.
Very intense training, must I say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bones aching.
The first Iconic. Sorry.
The first
Not to
Iconic.
slight anybody, but we was the first Iconic. All three of us. Yeah.
And then, right after Iconic, I'm just going to jump. I was on Dramatic Impact, one of the best to this day, still being talked about. And then I made my way to Modern Legends.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No Magic.
Oh, Magic! Ooh, actually won a championship with them too. But yeah, I was
With the track, not the track bags.
the plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2012 national champions. And then I went to Modern Legends. And I resigned there.
Shout out to King Sesson, 2003 national champions.
Shout out to Dramatic Impact.
2010 national champions.
And the whole season. 2 times in a row.
Shout out to the youth of East Logan. The youth of East Logan.